Hey guys, this is Stevie Walkabouts, and welcome. It's evening time. People are leaving work right now, and we're walking along Broad Street right behind the New York Stock Exchange, which is right here. An edifice of capitalism, the face of capitalism, and everything that represents the greatest symbol of the American financial system, the preeminent exchange in the world. This here houses the New York Stock Exchange. So here by the NYSE and the top listed companies in the United States. It's right here. It's one of the stops for tourists in the area. Let's come check it out. It's in a very historic area. So we're on Broad Street and Wall Street. Right across there is a statue of George Washington. And remember, New York once served as the capital of the United States. So New York City was the capital. I think this was the old City Hall. And again, there is a statue to George Washington. I think George Washington actually said farewell to his troops. I think he did it here. If you travel about 4 or 5 blocks south in that direction, you'll find Francis Tavern, where Francis Tavern, which is synonymous with George Washington's time in New York City. Now, Francis Tavern has been around since the late 1700s up until now, and it's still open. People can visit Francis Tavern, and I'll show you Francis Tavern on another day. But right now we're behind the New York Stock Exchange. See over there, show you the activities. Telecom Argentina was the company featured today. They probably rang the bell today. The banner is going there showing you quotes from certain stocks. All right, so picture from 1994, but there is Rubin on the far right. I think their secretary. He was the Treasury Secretary. He was also chairman of Goldman Sachs. If you look east, right there is the Trinity Church, and there's the third Trinity Church. If we go back to one of my earlier videos, I did cover the Trinity Church. This is the third Trinity Church. The first one got burnt down, the second one collapsed, and this is a third one built in the I think opened in the 1840s or so, or thereabouts. All right, so if we pan around, right here, this used to be Morgan. This building right here, financial center, or one of the strongest financial centers. In this direction, straight down, we go to the East River, and beyond that is Brooklyn. So straight ahead is Brooklyn, right? So again, that's down on Wall Street towards the west, heading west on Wall Street. So from here, let's walk up this way. And all right, over there, there's a Woolworth building. Right over here. One time, this was one of the tallest buildings in New York. I've mentioned it a few times in my videos, but showing you a different perspective, right? So you're right in front of Pace University, right over here. That's Pace University right there. And it's time when lots of people are getting out of, getting out of class at this time. It's right outside here, right outside Brooklyn Bridge. And it's about 4:30. Right now it's about 4:23. So lots of people are moving around. We're almost at the point of rush hour, which will begin shortly, or which will get into full swing shortly. So this point we're at Park Row, and right outside of City Hall. That's City Hall right over there. New York City Hall, the home of the office of the mayor, and the office of the mayor and the city council building is right in front. So they're all part of that huge municipal governing complex. So I give you a view. That's the Brooklyn Bridge right there. You see the cars. The traffic is vying to get into Brooklyn from Manhattan side. Right over there. Okay, so again, we're right outside of City Hall. Over there is the council building, office of the mayor. That's the complex over here, and we're right outside where the whole area used to be government buildings, courts, and so forth. Center Street is over there, and Center Street is where the court complex is. There is a New York correctional center holding a correctional facility behind there. This building here is an old building, New Amsterdam. New Amsterdam was the early name of New York, because remember, New York was Dutch before it became British. All right, so that's right outside here, right outside of City Hall. All right, so they're blasting music out there. I was hoping that the music would be over so I can pan around and show you what it's like back there. But again, it's not a sunny afternoon. It's not a sunny evening. It's occluded, and that's because we have a tropical storm approaching. So the southeast is now being battered by that storm, and we expect it to get rain and so forth here in the northeast. Right, so here we're in New York City, and all of those things are expected to happen. We're supposed to start getting rain later tonight, but it's nice and pleasant out now. So while it is that way, lots of people can come out and enjoy the city, enjoy the sights. Now, looking around, there is Space University right here. Remember I mentioned architectural uniqueness. Look at this building right here. See the twist, and let's look at the way it's constructed. All right, so lots of architects and builders leave their marks on the buildings here in New York. All right, so we're actually on the Brooklyn Bridge. We're not gonna go all the way into Brooklyn, so we're gonna do a small bit of the Manhattan side where we are right now. All right, over there is more of those office and municipal buildings, and Chinatown is in the distance over there. I don't know if you remember, I said before in one of my earlier videos, whatever you do in New York is captured by cameras. See the sign on the bridge? Attention area on the NYPD video surveillance. So there are cameras all over the place. So everything you do would be captured on camera somehow. Right? So this is a view, a small view from the Brooklyn Bridge. Alright, you can look around and there are lots of buildings that you'll recognize. Also buildings that you see from different perspectives. And also unique buildings that leaves an impression on you. Alright, so that's what New York City's landscape and New York City's buildings are all about. Alright, so we're not gonna go too far, we're only gonna go about halfway on the bridge. On any given day, thousands and thousands and thousands of pedestrians walk the Brooklyn Bridge, walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. Lots of people who work in Manhattan walk from Brooklyn into Manhattan. Lots walk from Manhattan to Brooklyn to work. And lots just walk the bridge just for the heck of walking the bridge. Or just for the sake of walking the bridge. Again, and there are thousands and thousands of cars that also travel across the Brooklyn Bridge on a daily basis. All right. When the Brooklyn Bridge was completed, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world, and it kept that title for, I think it was for about 20 years or so, until another bridge in New York actually claimed that title of the longest suspension bridge. Interesting tidbit, the architect, the main architect of the bridge died while the bridge was being built, and his son took over and continued. So right over here you can see the landscape. All right, you can see the construction behind there. That's right behind, that's over by Water Street and South Street. So the top of the Woolworth building right there, the steeple on top. All right, we're looking down on Water Street. That's Water Street over there, right over there. From here you'll also see the piers along the South Street Seaport right over there, Pier 17. There are concerts at the top. You can see a number of people actually gathering over there at the moment. Get your art. This looks like subway art. There's a map of New York City transportation options, and there's a QR code that can probably tell you some more about it. I appreciate it, sir. So you can check it out. All right, check out the art right here on the bridge. Right there you can see the South Street Seaport, Governor's Island over there. The ferry is moving in the water. The harbor on the Brooklyn side over there. There are lots of dockings along the river. This is the East River. The East River is part of the Hudson River waterway. The island of Manhattan sits in the Hudson River. The main arm of the river is still referred to as the Hudson River, and that's on the west side, while on the east side you have the East River. Again, they're all part of the Hudson River, because Manhattan is an island in the Hudson River. When people talk about New York City, lots of them are generally referring to Manhattan, but remember that New York City is a lot more than Manhattan. So New York City is made up of 5 boroughs: New York, of Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and the Bronx. And just a little general knowledge of these 5 boroughs, the only one that's on the mainland United States is the Bronx. All of the other boroughs of New York City are on islands. So Brooklyn and Queens are on Long Island, Manhattan is on Manhattan Island, and Staten Island, well, that says it. But again, the only part that's on the mainland is the Bronx. Every other borough is on an island. So I think I'll give you another view over there. All right, we'll take it from another angle. Again, the bridge is a little bit crowded, but it is a good time to be, it's a grand time to be walking here, because it's not hot. It's not a hot day. So right over there is the West Side Highway. There's the West Side Highway right there. If you notice that orange boat in the distance, right over there, all right, there's an orange boat over there, and that's the Staten Island ferry. So they'll take you from Manhattan out to Staten Island in the distance. All right, they'll bypass Governor's Island right there and continue to Staten Island. It's a free ride, it's a free boat ride. Takes you past the Statue of Liberty. So if you're in New York City and you want to see the Statue of Liberty, but you can't get to any of the cruises going to the statue, you can actually get on the Staten Island ferry, which travels close by the statue. So you'll get a closer look at the statue than if you're back on Manhattan. Just a little tidbit. There's the Coast Guard right over there. You heard of the South Street Seaport in Manhattan? South Street Seaport is right there. The main area of the South Street Seaport, Pier 17. You have vendors on the bridge, so you can get your snacks on the bridge. Brooklyn Bridge, City of New York. Alright. So the engineers were John Roblin and Washington Roblin, the father and son. When one died, the other one took over. So I just wanted to get here. We're not gonna go much further. All right, so we're at the Brooklyn Bridge, 1964. That's a plaque put up there in 1964. All right, so it had a historic landmark, 1964, and over here we have the Governor's Island right there in the harbor. All right, Governor's Island has been a naval installation since the 1800s up until the 1990s, when Governor's Island was ceded back to New York City, or sold to New York City. That's the Brooklyn side over there, and you can see barges and other ships in there. You can see the ferries in the water. That's the East River, and it's always a very busy waterway. All right, so you have lots of ferries moving from Brooklyn to Manhattan, Staten Island, and New Jersey in the distance. All right, so that's a view here. Now if we look right across, that's the Manhattan Bridge over there. Which bridge is this? That's the Manhattan Bridge. And beyond it is the there's another bridge beyond. So there are 3 bridges linking Manhattan to Brooklyn. So again, we're gonna head back to Manhattan. Over there, World Financial Center, World Trade Center, and other prominent buildings in the New York City landscape. All right, over there is the top and the steeple of the Empire State Building. It's right over there. But we're on the Brooklyn Bridge. At one time, the longest suspension bridge in the world, and that was back in the soon after it was completed, back in the 1800s. The Brooklyn Bridge links Brooklyn and Manhattan. When New York City became the New York City made up of the 5 boroughs, all of the different boroughs were separate cities, right? Back then, just recently celebrated 100 years of the union between the boroughs. Prior to that, Brooklyn was one of the largest cities in the entire United States, and all right, Brooklyn was again one of the largest cities in the United States before the boroughs were joined together to form the city of New York. So as you walk here, you'll find a lot of tourists just taking a walk, just taking a stroll. A lot of people taking a stroll. A lot of folks traveling back and forth to and from work. You'll find content creators, you'll find artists, you'll find vendors. The Brooklyn Bridge is a busy thoroughfare. And the Brooklyn Bridge is one of the most famous bridges in the world, famous landmarks here in New York and also around the world. All right, so there is a lot going on at any given time here on the bridge and surrounding. So if you're in New York, anytime you're in New York, if you're visiting New York and you're in Lower Manhattan, take a walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. It's right there by City Hall. You'll be able to get onto the bridge. Or if you're in Brooklyn, over at if you're in Brooklyn, Tillery Street, Cadman Plaza, you can actually get over onto the bridge and just take a leisurely stroll into Manhattan. Again, it's a pleasant afternoon. It's a very pleasant afternoon, and lots of people are here enjoying it. It's not blazing. It's not the sun's not out, and that makes it perfect for walking on the bridge. Perfect. There's a bicycle lane. All right, you'll see the cyclists going back and forth. And again, thousands and thousands of commuters use the bridge every day. Thousands of cars travel the bridge. All right, so it's always busy. All right? Always busy for vehicular traffic. But you can come out here and enjoy a walk. All right, at any time, the bridge is always open. Come out and enjoy a walk on the bridge. Guys, while we're doing that, if you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing. I want to show you a lot more of New York City, a lot more of the surrounding areas. Leave a comment if there is let me know if there is someplace specific that you'd want me to visit and show you, and I'd be very happy to do that. All right, so please like the video, please leave a comment for me. For those of you returning, as always, I thank you very much for being a part of this journey. Please like, please share, and please leave a comment. I'll respond to all comments on this channel. So straight ahead is City Hall Park. The office of the mayor is over there, right behind those trees. The city council, the offices are right behind those trees. All right. If you heard of Federal Plaza, it's behind that building over there. They were doing some construction over here a couple decades ago, and they found the remains of an old African American burial ground. So there's a lot of history hidden right here, and hidden in New York City. All right. So as you come out of Brooklyn and walking on the bridge, that's what you come up to. Center Street, Chambers Street, Park Row South, right over there. Right, so this is what it looks like in the evening. It's now 4:48 p.m. and this is Manhattan right off the Brooklyn Bridge. So guys, I'm gonna end the video here. Again, this is Stevie Walkabout saying thank you for being with me, and have a great evening, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.